Hi everybody, and thanks for joining me once again. This is day 7 of our 5-month blog, and I should clarify from previous blogs that you may have watched. I had said that it was a 55-day blog, and what I'm doing is I'm actually breaking it up. It's going to be 5 months to December 22nd, and I'm breaking up into 55-day segments or phases. So this is phase 1. And if you're checking it out for the first time, what I'm doing with this blog is I'm actually sharing tips and advice on different things that I'm learning as I'm going through my struggle of being overweight, unemployed, mildly depressed, and definitely broke, and working my way back into a place in life where I'm happy, where I have financial stability, where I'm back in shape. And so what I've been doing is for the last 7 days, I've been recording a video blog every day, sharing with you the things that I'm doing and things that I'm learning along the way, as well as some good books that have definitely helped me in this process, so that in the hopes that when we're all through at the end, that we look back on it and you can go back to my day 1 blog and video blog and see where I'm at on December 22nd. And hopefully if you've been following along and doing a lot of the same things that I'm doing, then we'll both have the same kind of results that we can look back on. And so that's just my goal. This isn't anything fancy or formal. It's just to share with you things that I've learned through the process, and hopefully if it's useful to you, that's great. If not, that's okay too. There's going to be a whole bunch of different blogs. What I want to do today is, since this is day 7, I'm doing a wrap up today for the prior 7 days or 6 days to share with you the things that we talked about, as well as the books that were recommended. And this won't be long. I know a few days ago I said I was probably going to do a 20-minute wrap up on Sunday. That's not going to be the case. This is actually going to be probably about a 7-minute long video, so a little bit longer than my normal 3 to 5 minutes, but definitely a lot shorter than 20. So if you don't want to go through the remaining 6 or the last 6 that I did, and you'd just rather get the wrap up for what I've been talking about, then you're in the right place. This is the video for you. On day 1, one of the things that I covered off the gate right away was accountability, and to have somebody in your life, or somebody that you're close to, a friend or family member, or maybe it's a coworker, somebody that you just feel, or former coworker I should say, somebody that you feel comfortable with, that you can say, hey, you know what, let's get together on the phone once a week and talk about what I said I was going to accomplish, and if I did or did not do it, and kind of what happened. I guess the positive results or the benefit that you will get out of having somebody hold you accountable, or is that, well, it's better than holding yourself accountable, because let's face it, in a situation like this, it's easy for us to let ourselves down, right? We've been through, if you've been like me, I've been unemployed for 7 months. Unfortunately, the last 7, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I was pretty depressed. It was a major blow in my life, and so I just couldn't really pull myself into what I needed to be doing to get back into a better place, which is why I'm doing this video blog. This video blog for me is a system of accountability. I say I'm going to do it every day, and I'm going to do it. And I'm not just uploading it from my computer at home. I actually have to walk down to the library. I don't have wireless. Unfortunately, internet and wireless got cut in the process of being on unemployment, and so I have to go use the library, and I walk down there and walk back. So I just want you to know that for me to do this blog, it is showing a commitment, or I guess an accountability from you. But on top of that, I also have a friend that I talk to every week regarding accountability, and share with him what I want to do next week, and then also share with him what I did or did not do for that past week. And I think step 1 is accountability, and that's what we talked about. One of the books that I recommended was a book called Mojo by Marshall Goldsmith. And this book talks a lot about accountability and about how to get your mojo back in life when you've lost it. And this book actually is where I got the idea. My friend and I got the idea. He recommended it to me, but where we got the idea to do these accountability calls. We used to do them daily, and then we were doing them 3 times a week, and now we're doing them weekly, just because he has a lot going on, I have a lot going on. Well, not a lot as far as work goes, but a lot of things I'm trying to do. And so it was good for us to break it down to once a week. But anyway, so that was day 1, was accountability. Day 2 is commitment, is to make sure that when you do this and you say, okay, I'm going to follow along and do this for 55-day phases to see if I can improve my life, then you've got to be committed to it. And once you make a commitment to exercise better, to get in shape, to lose weight, to eat better, to get out of the house, to get off the couch, to do things, read books, get some education, take some night classes, whatever it is you need to do to get yourself back in the workforce, whether it's even just knocking on doors. If you say that you're going to commit to it, then you have to commit. You really need to find a way to commit and then take action on it. And so that was step 2, or day 2. Day 3, we talked about and discussed acceptance. And what I meant by acceptance was you have to accept exactly where you're at right now in life. There's a lot of would have, should have, could have's, and bad feelings, a lot of pain and regret probably about things that happened to lead you to this spot in your life where you don't have a job, where you may be out of shape, where you're just not feeling exactly where you want to be or as happy about yourself, if at all, in your situation. And it's easy to not accept it, and I tried to not accept it for a long time. But the problem is, if you don't accept it, you can't just pick up and move on and get better from where you're at, improve your situation if you don't accept what happened to you. So acceptance was day 3, and I want to make sure that you're feeling comfortable with that. Day 4 was attitude. It goes without saying, you got to have a positive attitude. If you're dragging your feet, if you're grumbling all day, if you're just feeling really negative still about everything that happened to you and about your position in life right now, you're not going to be able to improve over the next course of the 5 weeks that we're going to do the first phase, or 55 days that we're going to do the first phase. So I really want to encourage you to have a good attitude. There's great books out there, and a book that I had recommended was Unstoppable, another one, Unstoppable by Cynthia Keirsey. And she wrote this book about these stories of people and adversities that they've had to overcome in their life. And I think if you read that, it'll help you to have a really good attitude, because what you and I are going through right now, not having jobs and being financially in really tough situations, it's we could take it one way or the other, and there's people that have always went through a lot worse, and stories in this book about people that have walked, from Africa, out of Africa for 6 months to get to the United States, to get to a city where they could get on a plane and come here and go to college. There's stories about, single mothers who lost everything, who have gotten back on their feet and started businesses that are worth millions and millions of dollars. So it's a really inspirational book, but it'll help you with your attitude when you're feeling like maybe it's hard to have a good attitude. It'll help put everything in perspective. Day 5, we talked about passion and inspiration. I said that you have to find your passion in life if you're going to be able to keep pushing through when things get difficult right now as we're trying to get back on track. I'd share with you that my passion was my wife, and whatever your passion is, just you got to find that out. And if you want to check out the day 5, I go into a little more in depth about passion, and that goes in hand with inspiration. On day 6, we talked about forgiveness, and I had said that it's one thing to accept where you're at in life and the decisions, the behaviors, the things that you did to get you to where you're at, where you were let go from your job, or where maybe you're overweight or aren't healthy, and all those things that play in it. Don't have any money because maybe your financial spending and what you did with your cash, with your money, was just not right, not what it should have been, and you made mistakes. It's easy to accept that. Well, I shouldn't say it's easy, but accepting it doesn't mean forgiving yourself for it. And so day 6, we had talked about forgiveness, about how you got to forgive yourself. In my situation, I could sit here and say, well, I was with this company almost 10 years. I was very successful, and I screwed up at the end. I lost focus because I had some things going on, and I just lost focus and didn't do the things that I should have been doing to be a productive employee for this company at the time. And I know that. Well, I can accept it, or I can sit around and beat myself up about it, or I can forgive myself. And I've chosen to forgive myself and use my skills in a different area in life to help other people. So you got to be able to forgive yourself. Good book for that is a book called Compassion and Self-Hate. And it is written by Theodore Rubin. And this book, I had shared with you on day 6 that this book, I got the idea of it, or heard about it, from an article, an interview that Anthony Hopkins, the actor, did, saying that was the book that had the most profound impact on his life. And it was written in 1975, but I'm telling you, you go through that, and I think you'll be able to identify not destructive, but negative self-hate and things that you're doing in your mind to really hold yourself back, blaming yourself. There's just a whole bunch of different things in there, and hopefully, it'll be an aha for you, like it was for me, and it'll help you to get over and forgive yourself for putting yourself in this position. So anyhow, that's first week 1, 7 days, and I'm still walking every day to the library, still trying to eat healthy, trying to pick myself up, doing this blog, getting some other things going. I'm going to share with you this coming week on a few more topics to lay the groundwork, and then we're going to talk specifically about some job opportunities that are out there that you may not be aware of, that you might want to look into, and they're jobs that you can work from home for real, and this is isn't, by the way, I don't work for these companies. This is by no means a pitch for anything. I just want to make sure you understand that I really don't work for anybody that I'm talking about. I don't work for any of these authors that I'm recommending their books. This is all legit, straight from me to you on things that are helping me. All right, so I went over my time. I'm going to go now. I will catch up with you on day 8, and if you have any comments for me, you can send them via response to this video post, and I will get back to you. All right, take care and have a wonderful second week.